Welcome to our interactive session, UGRC150. I think we have some other members here, so not necessarily our city campus folks, but all of you who are in my groups, either for main campus group 2 or city campus groups 3 and 4. I want to take your questions now if you have any. Kindly keep your hand up and I'll call you, and then you can ask and we'll do our best to help you. Keep the hands up, please. I'll put them together and then I will ask. If there are no questions, then we'll be so done. I see one hand. Keep them up, please. I want several. All right. There's still one hand. Is it only one hand? Okay, let me take Gifty. Gifty, go ahead.
Okay, ma, thank you. Because Monday's class clashes with my sociology, every Monday I'm not able to join the class. It's only the Friday ones that I'm able to attend. And please, I want you to show more light on the lecture 2 with the definitions, types of definitions, the connotations, stroke, denotation. I want you to just enlighten me on that. I've read it though, but I need the explanations too.
That's no problem. So what is when we say a connotation of a definition, when we say a word's connotation, how do you understand it? If I ask you to give me one word that represents the connotation of a word, what would you say it is? Okay,
Hello.
so yeah, I was just asking you to.
The question for me.
Yes,
Hey.
to the class, but yes, if you have listened to the lecture, connotation just means what? You see. There's a hand up. Isabella.
Yes, Doc.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, it means the meaning of a word.
Excellent. So connotation just means the meaning. And so one word could have several connotations. That simply means one word could have several meanings. It could connote several things. That is it. So the word bachelor could connote an unmarried man. It could connote a degree earned in the university. We earn a bachelor's degree. If you are doing, you have a Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Fine Arts. It's a degree. It's not an unmarried man's degree. So the word bachelor could connote an unmarried man. It could also connote a degree earned in the university. In fact, it could connote a baton, certain type of baton. So the connotation of a word simply means the various meanings that word could have. Now, the denotation of a word is what? The particular example of the thing that the meaning points to. So a bachelor, if it is defined as an unmarried man, simply would have a certain type of denotation. The unmarried man is its connotation, what it connotes, what the properties are correctly labeled as what? An unmarried man, connotation, the criteria, the meaning, unmarried man. Now, if the meaning of bachelor that I am using is what? An unmarried man, because we have just seen that it can have more than one meaning. If the meaning I'm dealing with is an unmarried man, then the denotation would refer to what? Particular human beings, men, who are not married. So example, maybe some Kofi, Kwame, Kojo, etc. They will be the particular instances. The denotation refers to the particular examples, particular instances referred to by the word's connotation. So the denotation is the example, the connotation is the meaning, and then the word is bachelor. A bachelor is an unmarried man. I just gave you one connotation of the word bachelor, one meaning of the word bachelor. And then when I ask you to show me what bachelor denotes, which meaning of bachelor? Oh, bachelor as an unmarried man. Give me some of its denotation. You can mention Kofi, Kwame, Kojo. So far as they are not married and they are men, you correctly denoted what? Bachelor as an unmarried man. But we have already seen that bachelor could also mean a degree earned in the university. That is another connotation of the word bachelor. So its denotation cannot be Kofi, Kwame, and Kojo again, because the connotation has changed. The meaning of bachelor that I'm using has changed. If it changes, then its denotation will also change. So now when I'm asked to give examples, I won't mention Kojo, Kwame, Kofi. Examples being what? The denotation. I will now mention what? A cons degree. I may even produce papers, not human beings. A cons degree, when I say papers, I mean certificates. A cons degree, religions, philosophy degrees, a degree, etc. It is papers I will give as denotation of what? Bachelor, defined as a degree earned in the university. So if the connotation of a word changes, its denotation will also change. And since our words often have several meanings, several connotations, their denotations will also vary. Most words are essentially contestable. You have seen that also in the slide. Most words have meanings that are open textured, open class concepts. They mean several things to several people. Most of our words are like that. They are not well defined. This is another topic I've introduced like that. It is in the video. Okay. Since most of our words, like family, the word family is essentially contestable. You can contest what it means essentially. Why? Because for me, family may be the one that shares blood with me. For another person, family may be the one that we all go to church together, the church family. For others, look at us. I keep saying that. Our ex-president say, my brothers and sisters. He's talking to the whole nation. And he says, my brothers and sisters. Are we all his mother's children? No. He has a different connotation. He's using the word family differently. Okay. So since one word could have several connotations, can be used differently, can have an essential meaning for me, which you can contest. You can argue about it. Family is not this, it's this one rather. What is a family? A blood-related sister who doesn't stand with you, who is jealous of you. So someone will say, hey, my brother is the one that shares my, my grief with me. There's a brother, there's a friend that sticks closer than a brother. So for someone, brother, sister need not necessarily be a blood relation. You can't argue with a person. That is how he or she thinks family should be. Brothers and sisters. So for some people, their dog is more a family to them than the house girl. That's why they will give the dog corned beef breakfast and give the house help yesterday's soup with bones in it. That is almost going bad. Because the dog is more family to them than the house girl. My point is, so words like family, democracy, corruption, etc., etc. Look inside your textbook, this. You'll find several of them there. Come in. Those words are essentially contestable. They are not well defined. Come in. They are not well defined. They are not well defined. You see, it means that they can mean several things to different people. And because we have several such words, you cannot expect that whenever you have the word, say, bachelor, it should mean what you think it should mean. It has several meanings to several people. Okay, so their connotations will change. And anytime the word is connoting something else, its denotation will also change. You should therefore know that the word that is open texturedness means essentially contestable. You can contest its essential meaning, you can contest that. They are also called open class concepts. Such words are found in all our disciplines, except mathematical disciplines and logical disciplines, where the terms are closed. So the rest of the content there is for your consumption. I will not repeat respectfully to the class content that I have already elaborated on. It will be extra work for you because this is also being recorded. I will upload this also onto the site. So if it is already in the video lecture, the interactive sessions we've had have already elaborated on that. I've uploaded all for you. Just go to playlist and get your UGRC and get all those videos. And then I repeat it also in this and upload. It is just extra work I am giving you to help you. But if you engage that content, then we are able to throw a bit more light on some other parts that you do not have content on or elaboration on. So let's proceed that way. Okay. Any other question? Keep your hand up, please, if you do. Okay, so the types of definitions, what's the other one? Unit 1, we did the declaratives and what have you. I think I stressed in previous sessions that a factual statement, if you have a textbook, you can look at it, the last unit, the unit summary of unit 1, just before you do the activity exercises there. I took the other group through that. We did some question and answer session. A statement can express both a fact and a definition at the same time. A statement can express both a fact and a definition at the same time. Yes, it may be defining, and yet that same expression could be stating a fact. Definition, but factual. You should be able to see that. Where you see a definition, which could also be a matter of fact, observation-based expression, you should be able to. If I say water is H2O, we all know that is a theoretical definition, but it could be a factual statement, something that you can, with your 5 senses, seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, smelling, ascertain the truth or falsity of it. We can check to see whether water is 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 molecule of oxygen at room temperature or not. We can check and objectively agree or disagree, because it's not a matter of your value judgment or perspective. No. Meanwhile, we also know that that is a definition. You are giving a certain meaning of water, which requires an institutional understanding. It is a theoretical definition. So here is an instance of a definition, which is also what? Factual. But some expressions can be purely factual and others can be purely value judgment. And then we can have those that overlap, where you are speaking a fact. So I've moved from factual plus definition to what? Factual plus value judgment. I could say, for example, most Ghanaians disapprove of abortion. Most Ghanaians disapprove of abortion. Because I'm using most, it's like something you can count. Most Ghanaians disapprove of it, as if like by consensus we can count. You see, currently we are doing the census. So suppose I wanted to count those who say yes, abortion is okay, and those who say no, abortion is not okay. And they are all Ghanaians. We could count. If we are 40 million Ghanaians, maybe by the time we finish counting, we'll get 38 million Ghanaians saying no, abortion is not correct. So then it means it is a factual matter. It can be factually ascertained. Meanwhile, because of my use of approval, the word approval suggests a point of view matter. It's like beauty, it's like good, it's like corrupt. These are value terms. So because I put in approval, you might think of such an expression also as what? A value judgment, someone's viewpoint, inspired by subjectivity, okay, subjective value. So such an expression could be both factual and value. You need to know that. That is the summary of Unit 1. Then you can have a statement that expresses a value judgment and an imperative at the same time. Imperative tells you to do. Value judgment makes a judgment of what you are saying, whether it is right or wrong. It says should, shouldn't, beauty, wrong, good, bad, etc. Okay. So the expression may be a value judgment, but at the same time, it's telling you to do. For example, you should not talk back at your mother. When I say that, you should not talk back at your mother, that is saying it is wrong to talk back at your mother. It's a value judgment. Yet, it is also an instruction or a directive or a request or whatever, or a command. Simply put, it is an imperative. It's telling you to do something or not to do something. I'm saying you shouldn't. You see, you shouldn't, or you should give back the girl's money. You should give back that which you went to take. It's not yours. Give it back. So you should give back the purse. If I say that, I am saying it is right to give back because of the should. Should is a prescription to give back, but I'm speaking it as a judgment. You should give back. You should. It is right to give back the person's purse. Value judgment. Yet I'm also telling you to do. Imperative. So the expression, how it is said, could be both value judgment and an imperative. That was your summary that you should take note of. Sometimes you are asked, a factual statement is also true. True or false? Let me ask the class. How would you answer that? A factual statement is also true. True or false? Keep your hand up if you know. A factual statement is also true. True or false? A factual statement is also true. True or false? Oh, please, any hand up? Hilary, go ahead, please.
Yes, madam, it's true.
It's true
Reason
that
being that, pardon me.
I asked you, a factual statement is also true. Then my question
Yes,
is
please.
true or false?
Madam, please, true.
You go ahead, explain why.
Reason being that a factual statement also means something you can see, something physical, something that is like present, you can see it. So yes, it is true.
So if I say it is raining right now at Hilary's home, okay, that is a factual statement. We can objectively determine if it is raining or it is not raining at Hilary's home. We all can objectively ascertain that. But if we come there and it is actually raining, what I said, is it true or false? That would be true. However, if I come and what I said is not true, then it has become false. So being factual only means we can all see it. We can all see it that way, those of us using the language. Objectively, it is not what I think of it. It's not my view about it because there is no value term in it. So a factual statement just means you, Hilary, and myself, and Ayele, and Deborah, Dorcas, Abdul Ghani can all see, hear, touch, taste, and smell the same thing. By our senses, we would agree, if we looked outside, we can tell whether it is raining or it is not raining. That's what makes that statement a factual one. It doesn't mean that it is necessarily true. You have to observe to ascertain truth or falsity. It's being factual. A factual statement means you can use your senses to establish the truth or falsity. And there won't be any matter of, it is my view, it's not your view. We can all agree. So if I say Nana Addo, our current president, is shorter than JM, our ex-president John Mahama. Nana Addo is shorter than JM. It is factually true. You see, if I said Nana Addo is taller than JM, taller, it will be factually false. But both statements, Nana Addo is taller than JM or Nana Addo is shorter than JM, both statements are factual statements. Why? Because it doesn't depend on my views, whether I'm a MPP or NDC, Achem or not, or Dagomba. It is irrespective of that. It's purely about the facts out there. It's a factual matter. So The statement, which is a factual statement, could be factually true or factually false. So now back to my question. If a statement is factual, does it mean it is necessarily true? Hilary, answer my question, please. My dear Hilary, are you there? If a statement is described as a factual statement, does it mean that it is necessarily true? Hilary, are you there? You are muted. Sorry, unmute now. So if a statement is factual, does it mean it is necessarily true?
No.
No. That's Vera, eh? Oh, Hilary.
Yes.
Okay.
Vera.
So even if a statement is described as a factual statement, we shouldn't think that because we say it is factual, it means it is true. No. Being factual just means we can objectively agree or disagree, regardless of our religion, regardless of our cultural background, our political persuasion, what have you. It has nothing to do with how you see the thing. It is objective. Yes, all of us speaking can agree on it. Let me say it that way for now, okay? However, when I say Nanado, again, let me use that. Nanado is a better president than John Dramani Mahama, our current and ex-president, okay? So better than, we know better is the comparative form of all good, good, better, best. So when I say better, I'm speaking good in a comparative, I'm comparing two things, okay? So if I say Nanado is better than JM, referring to our current and ex-president, true or false? You will see how the answers will vary. Some will say true, some will say false, true, false, true, false. That one depends on your viewpoint, your cultural background. Maybe it's your uncle, maybe he comes from your hometown. This one is this one. So it will be tied to your viewpoint. So value judgment can be either true or false, yes. But the truth or falsity depends on the speaker's perspective, viewpoint, culture, background, etc. Okay. However, whether value judgment or factual statement, both of them, even including definitions, they are all declaratives. They can be what? Either true or false. That's what we mean when we say they have a truth value. But the factual statement, truth or falsity, does not depend on the specific speaking. And value judgment, truth or falsity, depends on the one speaking. Definitions only give you the meaning of the word. Okay. A factual statement could be factually true or factually false. A value judgment could be true or false, depending on who? The subject's viewpoint. A definition could be true or false, depending on the accuracy of that definition. If I say a bachelor is a married adult male, a bachelor is a married adult male. This is a definition. It is a type of declarative. It has a truth value. It can be true or false. But this my definition is a false definition. Why? Because the word bachelor does not mean a married adult male. They have a meaning that users of English give to the word what? Bachelor. They have a meaning. That meaning is not what has been defined shortly ago. A bachelor doesn't mean a married adult male. So this is a declarative, yes. A proposition, yes. A statement, all the several names you can give to it. Yes, it is. But it is a false definition. It has the capacity to be either true or false. So it has a truth value, yes. But the actual truth value of this definition is what? A false one. Why? Because definition, the word has been defined wrongly. So if I say a factual statement, I do not mean a true statement. Neither do I mean a false statement. I just mean a statement that has objective truth or objective falsehood. The actual state of affairs in the world can establish whether it is actually true or false. Being factual only means having the capacity to be true or false objectively, not subjectively. Value judgment means having the capacity to be true or false, but what? Subjectively, depending on the subject. Definitions, meaning, defined. Any questions? Keep your hand up if you have a question, please. So you should be able to identify the different types of statements, types of sentences. You will see covert with a C, covert, like covert, and overt meanings. Covert means, like the name suggests, covert, hidden. I said covert with a C, covert. Implicit, they refer to the same thing. Disguise, it is hidden. Meaning of an expression. Then the opposite will be overt with a C, overt, open, exposed, not hidden. So it is explicit, it is revealed, the meaning of a word. A word can have a covert or an overt meaning. And I'm saying the covert meaning of a word is the one that is hidden or disguised, whilst the overt one is what? The one that is explicit or exposed or open. Could you close the door for me, please? Could you send me the momo now? Don't say yes, I could, and sit there. I am telling you to send it, but I have to be polite. So would you pass me the checkbook, please? Then you are standing there. Could you direct me to your HOD's office? I want to have a word with you. Could you direct me? That will come with a question mark. Overtly, openly, you see a question mark there, explicitly to be there. But listen to what I'm saying. You see that the implicit meaning is, show me the HOD's office. That's what I'm saying. But if I say it this way, show me, it sounds instructive. It sounds like you are commanding the person. So you ask to do. You ask the person to do. So you are not asking for information, which would have been a genuine question or interrogative, where you are asking for information, yes or no, good or bad. How old are you? 2 years. Where is your mother? She's in the room. Today is Friday. That's true. Today is Friday. Yes, it's not Friday. No. So those kinds of expressions, today is Friday. Is today Friday? I'm asking a question. That's what I should ask. Is today Friday? I'm asking a question. How old are you? These are all genuine questions. But if I say, would you check the time for me, please? Look at what I said. Ube to me ahead time, Mama. I'm not asking to know those who are able to ask to check time. I just want information about those who can check time. Is that why someone will prompt you and say, could you check if the watch is alive outside? Check if she has come. Would you check for me? So it will come with a question mark. But it is not a question. I'm not asking you to say, yes, I can check and be standing there looking at me. I am telling you to check, but I'm telling you in a polite manner. So such expressions will come with a question mark. So you would think they are interrogatives. Explicitly, they look interrogative, but the implication, what they imply, the implicit meaning is what? What's the other one? Imperative. We need you to know that, because what we are doing is critical thinking, logic, not English. So the intention of the speaker is what we are trying to get to or get at, not the raw expression. That is why we are showing you instances where an expression seems to be factual, but it could also be a value judgment. Okay, so let's do some practice questions to help our understanding. Always know what the main extremes are. Then when there are overlaps here meaning when it is not what you think it is, then you can show the various versions. Okay. So let's increase the level of difficulty a little. We can't do all preliminary like that. No, we are getting to some places, so you should psych yourself. After your continuous assessment, you do the modus ponens and modus tollens and those ones, unit 6, 7. They are quite heavy content, so don't be so relaxed about it. You can do it. It's just a matter of putting your mind to it. So let's build a level of intelligence, difficulty up a bit more. If I say, hey, who do you think you are? Am I asking a genuine question? I want a feedback. How would you describe that expression? Hey, who do you think you are? Don't listen to how I said it. Say I've written it down. Hey, who do you think you are? Is that a genuine question looking for information? So you turn and say, I am the president's daughter, or I'm the what? The bishop's daughter. Is that what I'm asking for? Am I really asking a question? Who do you think you are? Hey, who do you think you are? What is it? I want a feedback. Keep your hand up if you know. Kelvin. Kelvin. Yes, your hand is up. What type of expression is that?
Dog is an emotive expression.
Very good. So if you are reading the person's intention very well as a critical mind, you should start walking away from that place. Because the person is not looking for information. So you get busy and look for your ID and say, oh, I thought way. You will get slapped. Maybe a journalist trying to, as soon as you say, hey, who do you think you are? You have to start moving away. The person is expressing emotion, not asking you for a question where you say, please, I am the CEO of this. This is my card. You get slapped. Read the intention well. He's actually telling you something out of emotion. It's an emotive expression. Okay. That's what we are hoping to do. I see another one. Oh, how? Are you crazy? It's also an emotive expression from your textbook. I'm looking at your textbook. The other one says, what an adorable and gorgeous guy. It is an emotive expression. Emotions can't be true or false. Ajay, then you say true. Abba, are you the only one who has that critical thing? When I say Ajay or Basa scores a goal, I say, whoa, what a goal. It's not true or false matter. It's emotions. It doesn't have a truth value. Questions don't have a truth value. They don't bear truth. It means they can't be true or false. Only declaratives can. Kwaku Queen, your hand is up. Queen Star. Go ahead.
Madam, please, if I say the love of my life, is it an emotive expression?
You will have to tell me. You just said the love of my life. Full stop. Or with an exclamation sign. Just the love of my life. Yes, sir. Is that all?
Yes, madam.
It's a sentence fragment. It's an incomplete sentence. The love of my life. What has the love of my life? Look up. What has the love of my life done? It's incomplete. I could have said, this is the love of my life. That's complete. I'm making a statement. It becomes an information giving statement. I could say, where is the love of my life? Midway, Max TV's and then where is the love of my life? That will be an interrogation. I'm looking for my Anton, the guy's name. I may be looking for that. I could say, point out or show me the love of my life. Show me the one. Maybe I wasn't seeing well. Then now they've done my operation for me, so now I can see. Show me who among these guys, or I've gone to for a soon they should give me some spiritual insight, so to speak. In those that say they know, well, we can't doubt anybody. We are going up our way. Okay, so you've gone there. You say, show me which of them is the love of my life. So I could say, show me the love of my life. Immediately, it will not be interrogative and it will not be declarative. It will become an imperative. But if you just say the love of my life, we don't know where to place it. It doesn't belong to any of them. It's incomplete, and you're not expressing emotions either. Okay. That's my response. Queensta. Kelvin, your hand is still up. Do you have a reaction, a question, or something? Or is the old one so that you lower it? Okay. Now, I'm still in my book.
Okay.
You have a question, eh?
Yes.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Well, please, I want you to show me the difference between a factual statement and declaratives.
A factual statement is a type of declarative. Finish. Have you listened to the lecture?
It comes under.
Have you listened to the lecture?
That means it comes under.
Have you listened to the lecture,
Yes.
Kelvin? Please do, because if you do,
Yes, Doc.
you won't ask me this question. But maybe you've forgotten, so I want to indulge you. But you have to listen, and then you study it alongside the textbook. Then, if it is still not clear, then you come like this, okay? A factual, like mango is a type of a fruit. Okay? So a factual statement is a type of declarative. The word declarative has several other names: statement, proposition, what's the other one? Assertion. They are all describing one thing, one type of expression, one type of sentence. And that declarative or proposition or statement or assertion, Nancy, Miles, Bafo, Jimmy, is still me. That one type of sentence, there are other sentences. Questions are sentences. Imperatives, sentences. What's the other one? All the ones that we have studied, they are all sentences, a collection of words. But statements are a special type. Declaratives, which are also called statements, they are a special type of what? Sentences. Not all sentences are like statements. Okay, but statement is a type of sentence. Now, when we take statement, which is also called declarative, assertion, etc., that we have seen, propositions, there are three types of statements. Factual statements, value judgment. You see, we don't say value statement. It's not an error, but when you call it value judgment, then it helps you see it is a judgment. It's relative to the one speaking. So factual statement, value judgment, and definitions are three types of statements, are three types of what? Declaratives, are three types of what? Proposition, are three types of what? Assertion. Okay.
Okay, I understand.
Very good. Abdul Ghani, your hand is up. Go on.
Please, Doc, can you throw more light on explicit and implicit meaning?
Oh, I just threw the light with my torchlight, unless you want me to add candlelight. I just told you that the word explicit means open. So when you look at the expression, what does it present itself to be? If I say, could you pass me the checkbook? It will come with a question mark. So on the surface of it, you think of it as a question, explicitly. But if I tell you that I'm not asking for information, if it is a genuine question, you will give me information. You will respond with information. But if I say, could you close the door for me? You enter my office, I say, gentlemen, could you close the door? Could you close the door will come with a question mark. So explicitly, you will think of it as a question. But implicitly, the hidden meaning that I am putting across is what? Close the door. I'm telling you to close the door. That's what I'm saying. But look at how I'm saying it now. It doesn't sound pleasant. It is too instructive, directive, command. So sometimes the same thing that you want to do, the same effect, but how you present it as a request, subtly. Yet it is intended that the person act, do, okay? So the explicit meaning, the surface of it will have a question mark. So you would think of it explicitly as what? Interrogative. But implicitly, it is what? Imperative. Imperative tells you to do. That's an example of explicit and implicit meaning. Sometimes explicitly factual, implicitly value. Sometimes when you speak, you can even say, where is that short friend of yours? Okay, where is that short friend of yours? You would think this is a question because it will come with a question mark. Where is that short friend of yours? But do people go around asking to find where that look at how I'm saying it. It is even like a value judgment already. So a critical thinker, we are as critical minds, we are working on how we interpret. Look at the topic one. thoughts as objects of scrutiny. We are scrutinizing people's thoughts. What is going on in their mind, their head, their brain? How do we do it? Are we going to behave like witches and enter their brain? No, 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 no. That's not what we are doing. We look at what you are saying. You should listen to the first lecture. I introduced you to critical thinking. Follow the presentations I've given you concurrently. You people, you are lucky, you don't know. Take advantage of that. I did a presentation. Go to the channel there, like I said. You get it in a sequential manner. Study it that way. Then look at the interactive session. Don't uproot and start building the roof where you don't have a foundation or a lintel level wall. You'll be so confused. Do your foundation. Dig deep down. I'm speaking figuratively now, metaphorically. Dig deep. Get a root in the course. How? Get the basics. I introduce you to what the course is about, and the course outline that has been uploaded for you on the site by the coordinator should help you. What the aim is, the objectives, the learning outcomes. People come to school, and when you give them course outlines, addressing the class now, okay, they are in a hurry to do the content itself, so they don't engage the course outline. You'll be amazed that you go and prepare the food and you bring to the table, and your husband will say, but I didn't ask for banku and okro stew. He said, oh, but I saw kondo, okro, and I said, do morikoko, porridge. When you finish, boil the okro separately and put on the table. What have you done? I just want to drink cocoa. You are going to do banku and okro stew because you assume that the ingredients are pointing to this. What was the instruction placed on the course outline for you? Do that in all your courses. Go to the outline. Read it from Genesis to Revelation. Don't quote out of context. Read the whole document. It is a guide to how the lectures will be delivered, what the import is, what the emphasis is for you, the student, and how the lecturer intends to deliver that. Afterwards, for this our course specifically, go to my introductory content. I have delivered a lecture on it. You can play it and play it and play it and play it again. Then bring me questions if you have it. After the introductory session, you will know what critical thinking is about. What we are, put some content there. Say what you mean what you say. Why? Because we will judge you by what you say. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So you can say, oh, but he said this, it doesn't mean this. How will we know that? You are saying something, you say you don't mean it. How should we take what you don't mean rather? Won't you tell us later that I didn't mean that, I didn't mean it? You see? So we use your language to interpret what is possibly going on in your mind. And so we are saying that what? If the person speaks, sometimes he or she seems to be saying something, but the intention is different. How do we know that? By divine revelation? No, not in this thing. by prophecy? No. By witchcraft? No. Look at the intention. How do you establish that? Then we give you the scenarios. So that you can, so the person has spoken and it has a question mark. Who do you think you are? Listen to it. Who do you think you are? With a question mark. Can you call this a question? Critically, if you are examining what the person is saying, it can be a question looking for information for you to tell, I am your mother. The person says, who do you think you are? And you are saying, I am your girlfriend. He's not looking for an answer. He's telling you to stop oppressing his life. But he's asking it with emotions. So you can quickly tell that this is an emotive expression, even though explicitly it presents itself as something else, and so on and so forth. Okay. So that is what I have tried to show you. Now, when I say, for example, that Kelvin, that's what I see on my screen, or Quinsta or Sandra. When I say Sandra is a gem, Sandra is a gem. GEM, not GERM. GERM is not too nice. Gems, that is the one we don't like. But if I say Sandra is a gem, we know gems, diadems, a metal like gold, like diamond. I just say, I am doing a metaphor, I'm comparing the sister called Sandra with something. You need to understand that you can't do a literal translation of that. I'm still answering or topping up my friend's question. I think it was Abdul Gani's question. If I'm wrong, then forgive me. The earlier question I'm topping up explicit and implicit. The person is speaking in an intentionally hidden way, so that what he or she is saying cannot be direct. The Lord is my shepherd. We are the sheep of his slaughter. Doesn't mean that we have 4 legs. Sheep have 4 legs, but I don't have a 4 leg. I'm not a 4-legged animal. I don't have wool, white wool. No, but I am the sheep of his slaughter. This is Bible quotation. The Lord is my shepherd. If he's my shepherd, then I'm a sheep too. But it is symbolic. I am comparing. So you can't do a literal translation of that expression, dear friends. You have to read beyond that and see what. So there's something about sheep. You see that he didn't say the Lord is my, or they didn't say I am the goat of his slaughter. I'm not the goat of his slaughter. I'm the sheep. There's a reason. So there's a certain metaphor. BB, put it across. It's something that is being put across, but hidden. That content is disguised intentionally in this it's intentionally vague. You have seen that word. A vague expression doesn't allow us to clearly, it is imprecise, it's not determinate. It opens itself to several interpretations. Okay. She is a pig. Let's use lecture. My lecturer is a Mugabe. When we use, it's an Idi Amin, that Idi Amin of a father that you have, the person is speaking metaphorically. You have to open out Idi Aminism to find out what about your daddy qualifies him for that label. So pig, we said that together, could be because the person is dirty, snores, is eating too much, and so on. Is putting on. So it is vagueness. Now, you are advised in your textbook to do what? To bracket metaphorical statements. Bracket means treat them special. Don't do a literal translation of language that has been intentionally shrouded, hidden. Okay, they are intentionally presented that way. You don't speak proverbs literally for people to understand. It is the place of the hen. Let's use that one. The hen also knows when the sun rises, but it is the cock that crows. The hen also knows when the sun rises, but it is the cock that crows. I told my students, and I'm telling you also, that is a proverb. Proverbial statement, figurative statement, idiomatic expression. What's the other one? Metaphorical statements are all intentionally covered. Figurative expression, figure of speech. It is intentionally presented that way, hidden. So it is intentionally vague. Therefore, it is for you to open it out. That's why they said the wise use proverbs. They use proverbial language so that it takes the wise to see the stars. It takes the wise to see it. If an elderly father says that to the sister who came complaining that my husband is not giving me peace at home, that every day this, then grandpa says, look, my daughter, the hen also knows when the sun rises, but it is the cock that crows. Go home and keep your home. Yeah, from grandpa's place to you get home, you will think and reflect because the man didn't speak directly. He wants you to go and open it out. A word to the wise is enough. It's just one word, but you have to keep opening and get the gist, the direction. If you go and report him to your husband, that you haven't said anything, because what he has said could mean that you should tone down, even if you think you have all the money or all the status or clouds. You are the hen. And the hen also knows that the sun is risen, but it doesn't crow. It keeps quiet and allows the cock to do it. Nothing goes wrong. And society is happy with how things are being done, hen and cock wise. Okay. So he might be telling you that calm down with your arrogance and your too outspokenness. you might be destroying your home. If the man also comes, he can say the same thing to him. Master, you should know your wife was here. She's not happy. You should know that the hen also knows when the sun rises, but it is the cock that crows. Go home and keep your home. And this time, it may not be an advice like it was to the lady. This one may be a reprimand, rebuke. Stop putting all the burden on the woman. You should go home and take your place as a man. It could be that. So that one expression in one regard is a judgment, in another, an advice, in another, it is an imperative, instructing you, telling you what you should do. One expression. That is why you cannot interpret it as one or not the other. It is intentionally vague. So 3, that section, you are advised to bracket metaphorical. Bracket means treat them differently. Let me take Nuhu. Nuhu, your hand is up. Go ahead. You have to unmute your mic again. Go ahead.
Okay, madam. Madam, please, I want to know, in some cases, can a value be ambiguous or equivocational?
Can a what?
A value or a vague, can it be ambiguous or equivocational?
I don't understand your question. Are you talking about a value judgment or a value?
Now, a value, like value, V-A-G-U-E.
It's
Can
vague.
it be?
That's
Yeah,
the
vague. Okay.
When we say an
It's not-
expression is vague, that's what I just explained.
Okay.
So it means that that one expression, like Sandra is a flower. If I say Sandra is a flower, that is vague. Sometimes our expressions are intentionally vague. That is what makes that expression important. You see, we intentionally speak that way. The Lord is my shepherd. It's vague. What does it mean to say it's vague? It is saying so many things. Look at the way a sheep is. A sheep is not a goat. Those who like saying our kids. I don't like it when you address my children as kids. Kid is the baby goat. Goats are not what God describes as us. We are not kids. If you call them kids, they will behave like it. Have you seen a goat's behavior? No, you can't calm them down. That's how we call them. Okay, well, that's me in all my philosophical. My children are lambs. They are doves. They are angels. To me, from us, I don't call them kids. They are not kids. There is something that is being presented in that simple expression. The Lord is my shepherd. Jesus is coming soon. Do you know soon? Soon can be 1 minute after I finish speaking to you, or 100 years from now. Soon. It's vague. It's not determinate. It's not specific. Take note of my language. Not specific to any particular thing. It's open-ended. I hope that helps. It's open. It can lead you to several things. If I say Sandra is a gem, maybe she's brittle, maybe she's durable, whatever that means. When I say she's a flower, maybe she's weak, maybe she's beautiful, maybe she's tender, maybe she's soft. When I say he's a pig, there are several interpretations you can give to it. So vague, that's the word, vague, means indeterminate, not specific. He's coming any moment from now. Any moment from now, he accepted it. Come for your passport any moment from now. You think that is a good enough response for you? You should respectfully and humbly say, "Oh, please, could you tell me specifically when?" If she says, "Oh, I said any moment from now," I said, "So should I sit and wait?" She said, "Oh, but you can't sit and wait. You just brought it today." Then why is it any moment from now? Because any moment from now, that expression could mean 1 minute, or 10 years, or 3 weeks, or 70 hours, depending on your needs. So you have to ask for clarity because you are conscious of vagueness. Any other question, please? So take care of it. Cover that part of the content that I felt needed some little bit more, exercises on it to help you. Then your unit has several activities. You can take them to tutorial. TASL is there per group. TASL is there. You also find TA Francis or TA Agnes. They are all able to help. They are on your platforms. Okay, they'll schedule tutorial times with you, give you Zoom links. Then you just go and do question and answers, and how you can know so much in critical thinking and not know how to answer the questions of critical thinking. That is what is sometimes so unfortunate. Look up. Suppose I asked you this question. Suppose I asked you, a hen is a mature female chicken. A hen is a mature female chicken. A, definition only. I'm asking you to describe that expression. A hen is a mature female chicken. I just picked it from your content, activity 2 point something there. A hen is a mature female chicken. Then I say A, purely factual or factual only. It's a factual statement only. B, definition only. C, could be both definition and factual. There may be D, none of the above. Which one would you choose and why? A hen is a mature female chicken. A, factual only. B, definition only. C, could be factual and valid. A, what am I saying? Factual and valid. Factual and definition. Okay. A, factual only. B, definition only. C, factual and definition. Then D, none of the above. Which one would you choose and why? I see one hand. Any other person? Keep your hands up. Some of you will come online, you will be quiet. It's okay to be quiet and rounded, but you have to participate because you learn absorbing, doing some.
I can please the possible answers again.
Is it factual only, definition only, or both factual and definition? It can be none of the above for this one, so I won't even add that. The expression was, a hen is a mature female chicken. I want the hand that I haven't seen today. All the hands. Okay, let me take Daniel. Daniel Owusu. Go ahead.
Madam, this is factual and definition.
So it could be both. My dear friends, can you see that? If you can see that, then we are making some good progress. Why? Because if I say a hen is a mature female chicken, I am giving you the meaning of a hen. Yes.
Yeah.
But I could also be telling you something that we can factually ascertain by observation. We can tell. So this expression could be stating a fact, could be giving you the meaning. It could be both. Oh, could be both. The same question can be asked, then the possible answers would differ. Look at this one. I'll say it again. A hen is a mature female chicken. Then my possible answers are 1. A, definition. B, metaphor. C, equivocation. D, none of the above. You see, this one I said A, definition. B, metaphor. C, equivocation. D, none of the above. So all the other ones are not even dealing with the expression. It's not equivocation. Yeah. How many words have I repeated? Okay. There's no equivocation. It's not a metaphor. So here, you will choose the first one, definition. Why? Because this expression could also be a definition. Next time,
yes, please.
When we teach you or we are engaging you, like we give you all the possible interpretations you can have for one expression because you are a critical mind. Then, depending on what you have been asked, you will give a response. Some of you, so far, I can't say that of you because I've not tested you, but the students would often, as soon as they see a definition, then they go and choose definition. But you didn't look at the second and the third options. What are they saying there? It can guide you to know what is expected of you. So you have to practice how to respond to critical thinking. Thankfully, for your continuous assessment, you will be having me assessing you for your group. My other colleagues will be assessing their groups. So I'm showing you some of the things that are expected of you. But the final exam, like when we start doing our modus ponens and tolerance and empirical content, pseudo precision, what have you, for unit 7 and 8 and what have all those. You should look at what the question's demand is and look at the possible options you have been given, where there are options, and choose the most appropriate, given the question that you have been asked. So, and you will do very fine. A lot of people make straight A's, B plus, B. Then we some to the remnant of usually I call them. They will go and come. Sometimes not true they are false, but they can still be held accountable because there is something they could have done. Okay, Priska, your hand is up. Do you have a question? Priska Anna. Please ask if it's a question. Okay, you were answering the question. So I will look at another one. Reggae rocks. What is it? Reggae rocks. How would you yes, Dramani Dauda, go ahead. Dramani, go ahead. You are muted, please.
Dog.
Yes.
It will be a sentence fragment.
Okay, very good. But if I brought an exclamation at the end, what would it be? If I put an exclamation sign, that sign like this, what will it be?
Emotive expression.
Emotive expression. Okay. Thank you very much. Now, if I didn't put emotive the exclamation sign, my dear friends, if I just put the reggae rocks, full stop, it would have been a statement. I would have been telling you something that is either true or false if I just spoke it. So it means I'm saying that reggae is a rock, right? It's sweet. Reggae rock, full stop. That would have been a statement, something that can be true or false. But if I claim it, reggae rocks, it means I'm telling you with exclamation sign, the writer is telling you that the thing was shouted out. Reggae rocks, sort of. So you can't interpret it as you would do an ordinary statement. So some of you will say, which of the following is a statement, then they will look at the length of the words. So because it's long, yeah, it's statement. If it's short, then it will be sentence fragment. Listen to me. I can give you a very long sentence fragment. It is still incomplete. The president of Ghana and his adorable, precious, beautiful first lady. That can take 2 lines. It is still a fragment. I haven't said anything.
Yes.
Yes. Then I can say, she is here. 3 words. It is a statement. Or waha. She is here. It can be true or false. So this one is complete. It's a statement. The long one that I gave earlier is not complete. It's a sentence fragment. So don't say that, oh, the way is long there. Which of the following is a statement? Then you look for the long one and go your way. Waiting. Any questions? I see chats. Let me see if the chat are questions. Please, if you have put a chat, maybe you're at a noisy place, I will check and see if there is something to respond to. Oh, I can't hear you there, Nyamia. Please don't ask me where. Some people are still not on the site too. So hopefully after this weekend, I would have done well. I waited for 2 weeks before opening an assessment. We'll open our assessment concurrently next week. I wanted to do it earlier, like I said in the other video, but some of you, at least about 100 people, as I'm told, and I checked on my site, were added to main campus. I mean, if you join a site and you come and see that there's been 3 assessments already done, or 2 of them, which will count. It's not just something to keep people active. It will count towards your final assessment. Even if you are given the opportunity to make up, there's already a feeling of market, oh, everything is so. We haven't done any assessment yet. As at now, all your contents are accessible to you. If you are having Sakai challenges, you can still get it. All the content that I have uploaded on YouTube. YouTube is not restricted by any Sakai jiggy. Sakai is jigging itself all over the place. You will get it at your own pace. in your own time. So hopefully from next week going, when we think we have a clear view, even if some are still not, there won't be a very huge, large number. Then we will do our assessment. You do assessment 1 on unit 1, assessment 2 on unit 2, and then assessment 3. No, your assessment 3 should be on the mid-sem. So unit 1, 2, and 3 put together. Multiple choice. No filling the gaps. We want, if it's a filling the gap, it will have a straight objective answer 1, not one that will have various, because machine set questions will have to have an objective answer so that someone is not cheated or you don't cheat us. Either way, okay. So you have these are all on your course outline. You have multiple choice questions. It's just the scheduling that has changed. Because week 1 would have done one, then week 2 do another, then we'll prepare you for the 30% mid-sem test, which will be on, look at the course schedule on the course outline. It would have been on everything done up to that week. I think it's in the 4th week, so I don't have it immediately. It's on your Sakai. Go and check. So that it tallies with all the other groups. We haven't done any assessment yet because of what I just told you. And it is not this group alone that keeps getting new people added because of the registration issues they had. So the other groups who maybe have started some assessment will now have to open again or give others an opportunity on it. It becomes all problematic. So that's where we are. Hopefully, 5th July, all registrations will close. So you don't have to be expecting some new person. But the one who just joined can say, I just came, so give me 3 weeks before, because the content is already accessible to you, even when you went on the site. Okay. Someone say, oh, please, what time with the class? Oh, this one is an old. You can join all my other sessions. I don't think we'll go beyond the minimum. So I've sent them to the platforms, the various platforms that you are on. The links for all the groups I teach, main and city campus. Look at the times per each. And then be patient with me. I do quite a number of things by the grace of God, teaching. So I move sometimes, whilst you are waiting for me, I'm moving from one session to the other. And the institutional link I have is one. I can't be at 2 places. Okay, so if you are patient with me, then I'll come and hopefully do what I can to help you. But as for the lectures, they are already delivered. So I could even call off a session, but I don't normally do that. Okay. Factual and definition, I've explained that. Okay, that was a response given by someone. So Krista, your friend Charles already responded that I can hear her. So please check the thing. I'm sure you have checked by now. Salim says, please don't forget to notice us on the day and time before the test. You should look out for it. There would be no assessment that doesn't come with a notice. The thing is, students don't read. Yeah. No lecture can do that. You can't just open like, okay, well, no lecture should do that. And I don't do that at all. Sometimes a week's notice, especially where we were not able to stick to the course outlines schedule for obvious reasons like this one. It will be open, but you can't treat your courses on Sakai like the way you treat your religious text. Permit me to say, where you decide when you want to go. This one is daily matter. Every day you are on the site. Every day you read announcements, morning and evening, so that you are abreast with content, okay? But you will get notice. Now I'm telling you, by the 3rd week, this is Monday coming, that week there, we hope that we don't get some 100 or 200 people again added to the site. Then they come and they are, hey, what is happening? Hey, only me. I saw someone's message on one of the WhatsApp platforms and I was so sad. The person said, I've not even had any lecture. I don't know what to do. Somebody help me. I can imagine. So we tread cautiously, but hopefully in the week coming we will do that. Okay. I don't see any other chat. Right. Please, do you have any question again that we need to throw candlelight or lamplight, or the one at the stadium is called floodlight or fraudlight? Because my Ashanti friends, I don't know how to say it. Floodlight. Otherwise, we are good to go. If you feel that you are well settled into the first 3, 4 units, unit 4 won't come. A bit of unit 5, I say a bit of the substantive disagreement and verbal disagreement, they are all in your content. You should look at it. Argument, non-argument, narrative, they are straightforward. An argument is a technical word, a set of statements. Only one is what is actually being said. The rest are the reasons grounding what you want to say. Maybe I should do a video on that also right after this and send to you. Apart from that, you should know units 1 to 5. Unit 4 won't come, not in assessment, not in final exam. So it's out. Units 1 to 5. You should cover that in preparation for all assessments up to your midterm test. Okay. Then we'll start with the real critical thinking from unit 6, 7, 8 onwards. And you will be able to manage well if you continue with a good posture. There is no question. Our time is up. Our new chats. Let's see. Then we can end. Bring me your questions directly. Someone is wanting the link. I don't know what that is. Please join the platforms or go to the course site and access them. There's a group that I couldn't join because it's full. Please go to this announcement. I have uploaded a third link. Okay. For if you are main campus person, you are the ones, if you go to your course site, you will see group 2. But because the group 2 has a relatively large number, you have group 2A WhatsApp platform, group 2B WhatsApp platform, and group 2C now. I've created the third one. So if you are just reading announcements on your site and you are receiving the prompts by email, you should know that there's a third group which will give you access. All the other 2 are full. Okay. And I don't know. I thank you all. I'll play this back, and I suspect that we'll have some good content that you can have. If you are subscribed, then you get a prompt as soon as I upload. Then you check. You can go to playlist. I've said that over and over again because people say, listen, Doc, I see other courses uploads that you are putting there, and sometimes I don't know which one to. So I say go to playlist. I have categorized them there so that you can clearly see that this is for you. This is not for you. You don't need this now. You will need it later. This course, I don't take it. My madam teaches it. Then you can distinguish the ones you want from the ones you don't want. Someone is asking whether they can join group something. I already communicated in that. If I teach it, you can learn it. Even if you are not in my group, you can. The only thing is you have to follow what your specific instructor is emphasizing because he or she will, assess you on continuous assessment. But as for the content, it's one book. So if you find the discussion worthy, you can join. I won't even know whether you are in group 3 or not. So far as we haven't exceeded our 300, limit for the Zoom discussion, I don't think we have an issue at all. Okay. I wish you all well. Make it a good weekend. Come all rejuvenated for next week. You will do very fine if you put your mind to it and pray. If you believe in prayer, you should. Take care.
The same to you, Doctor.
Thank you.